We're going to talk about 4 approaches that are literally rejection free. So what happens when somebody first gets started is, of course, we all know they got to make their list, right? That is the foundation. So what are we making our list from? We are making our list from our phone and our Facebook and our email and people we go to church with and people we work with and just about anybody and everybody we know. And we put them all down on paper. And then once we have them down, we're going to go back and we are going to cherry pick. Now, this is an approach that if you have someone and they are a nervous Nelly, like they're afraid of talking to people, maybe this is for you, maybe it's for somebody in your team, but like we just need super simple. We need a couple of wins under our belt before we go, to slay the Goliath. We just want it, as painless as possible. And, we want to get a little bit of experience along the way. So we're going to start off by making our list. Once we have our list and we just put like brain dump on there, just like brainstorm like you did when you were in like junior high, okay? Everybody remember that? All right, so you're gonna put them all down on paper. You got them down. Now you're gonna cherry pick, and we are looking for the easy wins. We're looking for people that, are a close connection. We're looking for people that, odds are they would probably like what you have to share or like what, your new person is going to have to share. So we get them all down, we cherry pick. Like when I cherry pick and I'm doing any kind of list building with someone, I'm like, who do you want to talk to? Who do you think this would be for? Who do you think would be really receptive to it? So we cherry pick. And then we are going to start contacting these people. Now, how do you contact? Well, that's totally up to you. I think the best thing that you could possibly do is to contact the people on your list the way that you always talk to them. So if you have some people on there and you always see them at the gym, probably a good idea to talk to them when you're at the gym. If you have people like, they're always on Facebook and that's your main form of communication, do that. Whatever it is, try and keep it in the same vein as what you normally do because you're just going to be yourself, right? So everyone's good with being ourselves. Does that sound good, guys? So contact them the way that you normally would. Now, there's 2 different ways that you would contact someone. We have the qualified approach and we have the non-qualified. So what does that mean exactly? Well, non-qualifying is what we're going to talk about. Non-qualifying basically means, number 1, you're not giving them a ton of info up front. And number 2, you're not asking them a yes or no question to where there could be any kind of rejection involved. Qualifying is, hey, do you keep your options open for other ways of making money outside of what you do? They're either yes, they're open, or no, they're not open. So we're not going to talk about that today because that takes somebody that's a little more comfortable. We're talking about easy breezy, non-qualifying, just get in front of people. So 4 different approaches that you can use. The first one, which is like literally you can have no rejection doing this. Here's how this works. If you are talking on the phone, if you're texting, if you're Facebooking, whatever, you basically are going to find someone that you cherry picked off your list and you're going to connect up with them and say, hey, what's going on? How are you? Hey, listen, love to get together. What's your schedule look like? And you're going to try and get a coffee, go meet up with them for coffee. Okay, can I swing on by the house? Whatever. You're just going to set up a time to meet. Once you have that time set up, you're going to get the time, the date, the location, everything is done. Like you're like, okay, cool. I'll see you, at your house on Tuesday, or yeah, I'll meet you at the Starbucks on the corner on 6 o'clock tomorrow, whatever. You have your appointment done. Then you're going to tell them what it is. And what I mean by that is you're just going to basically say, I'm excited about something. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow because I want to share more about it with you. And that's it. Like that is it. Now, here's what's important. In these non-qualifying approaches, we have to resist the urge to talk a lot because a lot of times when somebody gets in, they're new, they're nervous, they're not quite sure what to do, they're not sure how to be necessarily, and so they want to just like share everything on the phone, right? And we don't want to do that. We want to just let them know you're going to tell them something, but we're not going to give them a lot of information up front, and that's going to be your saving grace. So that's very, very important to make this whole thing work. So that was the first way. Basically, you go for it, you book an appointment. At the end, you kind of like slide it under the mat. You're like, oh, by the way, when we get together tomorrow, I got something I'm excited about. Look forward to sharing more about it with you then. That's it. That is number 1. Does anybody think they can do that? I mean, is that not like the easiest thing that you could possibly do? The second thing is, you're going to be not quite as, clandestine about it, but you're going to just be like, hey, listen, I got something. I think it'd be right up your alley. Love to share more about it with you. When can we get together? And you're going to do that right up your alley approach, where you're not saying what it is. You're not really getting into the details. You're just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And you just, tell them, hey, I'd love to get together. Came across something, think it'd be right up your alley. Are you going to be around tomorrow night? I can swing on by. Whatever. Or can we meet up at the Starbucks, or can we do lunch, or whatever you want to do. Now, as you can tell by a lot of what I'm sharing is I believe heavily in one-on-ones. We built our entire business from when we started. We did one-on-ones like crazy. So I'm a huge fan of one-on-ones because it is a great way to get your info in front of somebody, and they're going to show up. They're your friend. They're going to be there. You're going to get good results based on doing one-on-ones. So that is the second way. Third way, similar, very similar to the second way. Hey, listen, came across something. I think it'd be a huge blessing for you. When can I swing on by? When can we get together? When can we meet? When can we do coffee? Whatever. Huge blessing. That's it. Very easy. If you got friends, you all go to church, huge blessing. That's like the lingo that we talk, right? So that is number 3. Now, number 4 is a little bit different. Okay, number 4 is maybe where you're giving a little bit more information to them. So you're contacting people that you have a relationship with them. You know what's going on in their life. You know what's going on with their kids. You know them and they know you, okay? And sometimes that can work for you and sometimes it can work against you. But in this scenario, it's going to be to your benefit. So here's how this works. You'll be talking to them and you say, remember the other day when you were telling me that you really want to get another car, your car keeps going to the mechanic, you're wanting to fix it, but you think, hey, a new car would just be good. Well, I found something that I think might be able to help you with that. And, can't get into it now, but let's get together so I can share more about it with you. And that's it. And so you can take anything that you know from that person. Let's say your company has a car program. Well, that's a perfect example, right? You have a solution for their car situation. Let's say they have a money problem. Well, you're in network marketing, you have a solution for their money problem. Let's say it's a health problem. Let's say it's, whatever the issue is, you just want to basically take an issue that because you're already friends with them and they already shared it with you and you know what's going on, right? You want to take that issue and you want to just kind of say, hey, remember that? Remember the other day when? And you just kind of want to point it out and they're like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And they just say, hey, listen, I found something I think would help. Let's meet up. I want to share more about it with you. And so that's basically it. And that is super easy. I mean, who's going to say no? Oh, no, I don't want a new car. Don't tell me what you have. They're not going to say that. They're going to be like, yes, can you tell me? I want to hear more. Right now we have different promotions going on. One of the things is winning a free trip. Hey, remember how you were saying you could not wait for the next vacation and you don't even know, when that's going to be possible? I found a way we could actually take a free trip together. And yeah, there's some strings attached, but let's get together. I want to share more about it with you. So those are 4 different things that you can use, my friends. They are rejection free. So if you have a moment and you're feeling like, okay, I need to get in the saddle, I need to start sponsoring, but where do I start? Those are 4 simple things that you can use that literally that you will not be rejected. If you're calling someone and they're your friend and they know who you are, they're gonna listen. Okay, so the positive is that there's no rejection. The negative is there's no qualification. Okay, and what does that mean? That means that we didn't ask them if they're open to making more money. We didn't ask them if they're looking for a health and nutrition product. We didn't try and see if this is what they wanted. We just were gonna come serve it up to them. So, you have to take, just kind of take that into consideration. If you don't have a lot of time and you're building your business, then I would recommend asking the question, hey, do you keep your options open for making money outside of what you do at work? Or, hey, I'm working on a side project, love to share more about it with you. Something where you are letting them know a little bit more up front. So if they're not wanting to do something at that point, at this time in their life, then they're going to tell you up front and you're not going to go spend a bunch of time. So you have both options. Now, in the day and age we live in, we have offline prospecting and contacting, which is kind of what we've been talking about. And then we have, connecting with people that are on social media. I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a whole heap of people on social media. Pick your platform. Any platform will work, right? I mean, there's so many different things that are out there. So one of the things that you might want to have as a tool in your tool belt is learning how to attract people to you on social media. It is a skill set. It's not something that everybody is born with. It's something you have to kind of learn. And if that's something that you want to start learning about, like, yeah, I'm going to prospect, yeah, I'm going to contact, yeah, I'm going to talk to people that I know. But if I could have people, if you could have people reaching out to you, I mean, like, would life be different? Like, would you walk with a little more swagger? I'm sure the answer is yes. So if you want to learn how to do that, then there is a extra bonus training that you can get. And you can basically click on the link that's listed here in the description, and that will take you to it. So you enter your info and you'll be able to get access to that bonus training. If this added some value to you, definitely feel free to share, pass it along, get the word out with the people that you know, and help your team, because a lot of people, especially when they're new, they are nervous and they are struggling and they just need help. And because if we do not teach them how to contact their people, they won't. If they don't feel comfortable contacting their people, they're not going to do it. So get them in front of some info that will help them. This is the easiest way you could possibly contact. Get a little confidence under their belt and go from there. And then they can start taking down the giants. All right. So that is it for tonight, my friends. Take care, be blessed, and I will see y'all next time.
For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.